This damn fan. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. My name is Eniiee, and today I'm going to be doing a June reading recap. So, in the month of June, I read 7 books, which is literally like, it's pretty good for me for a summer read, but it also could be better for somebody whose reading goal for the rest of the year is 50 books. Actually, I'm trying to get 50 books by the end of the summer, but we're gonna see how that's gonna work because I'm trying to do 3 books per week, at least for this month of July, and whew, it is not being going well. Anyways, yes, June reading recap. For those of you who watched my 24-hour reading challenge, some of these books are not new to you, but if you didn't watch my 24-hour reading challenge, then these books are new to you. But however, when I did that 24-hour reading challenge, like some of my ratings, like they were very like spur of the like moment, like in the moment of things, like I just gave it that reading. And most of the time, like after I've marinated on a book, I tend to change my reading. And this is not because like I'm super picky and I don't want to give like a 5-star or anything like that. It's just like now that I'm down back to earth, I think about like, okay, did I truly write this or enjoy this? Like what irked me? What didn't irk me? Like, no, what did I like the characters enough? Did I like side characters? Like I have a rating system. It's not that elaborate, but whatever. So I'm going to go through some of the books. I only have 2 of those books in like physical copy because Legendborn and Bloodmarked are not my books, they're my sister's books. So, but I will still put like pictures of the books um, up there. Anyways, so on to the recap. First, I'm gonna start, since they're beside me, I'm gonna start with Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Lauren Asher is a phenomenal author. Like, I really like her reading style. I need to like get into her more and read more things by her, but I really like her reading style. I think I just like anything that has like billionaires in it. I think the review for this book, I wrote, Lauren Asher's billionaires will always have me cheesing. Like, that's how you know I'm not serious. But anyways, this book was really good. I think I ended up rating it a 3.4. Now, I know the rating is low, even though I'm saying this book is really good, but it was really good. I think like where like it lost plot for me is sometimes some of the decisions the characters make like don't make sense to me sometimes. And sometimes it feels like Lauren like speeds up the ending of the books sometimes, because I this is the second book in the series. It's called the Dreamland Billionaire series. So I read the first one, the fine print. That one I also gave a 3 point, either a 3.4 or 3.5, and then same for this one. But I think that my favorite brother is Rowan, but I did enjoy this book more than the fine print. I just feel like I loved the banter. Like I am a sucker for good banter. Like give me good banter every day, and like any day, I'm there. Like, you know, so I think that's one of the reasons why I really, really like this book. And I also like that Iris, because Iris is also black, so that already had me sold. I also like that Iris had like, she had a backbone. Like she had a character, because this book is a marriage of convenience, like forced proximity, like type of vibe, right? So, and personally, I will eat up those tropes any day, all day. Like, give them to me any way, shape, or form. Like, I don't really read romance, but like, if it says fake dating, marriage of convenience, like forced proximity, like I'm down, right? So, I think that's also one of the reasons why I really like this. And again, Lauren Asher, like, she's a phenomenal writer. However, though, I have the 3rd book. My friend Yasmin gave me both of them. And to be age, I'm not interested in reading that book. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, it's not speaking to me. Even though, like, Cal, the 3rd brother, like, he is also, like, a billionaire or whatever. But it's not speaking to me. But if I ever do end up reading it, I will let you guys know. Okay, 2nd book. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Oh my god. Again, if you watch my 24-hour reading challenge video, you know this book got me, like, giggling, like cheesing, like everything. I was just smiling the entire time I was reading this. I love Alex and Henry. I love Alex so much. He's literally my favorite character. And it's so funny because I think, hold on, is this book Casey's debut book? Because that would be so funny. Anyways, she's a good writer. Like, she is a good writer. This is my first book by her, and I have to say, a very, very, very good writer. Like, I really enjoyed it. I feel like for me, like, when I do rating, like, if I'm starting to read a book, if the writing is good, like, it's automatically bumped to like a 2.5, and then the rest of the rating just comes from the plot and the characters. And this I rated a 4, and this is a reread actually, and I still rated it a 4, which means I was not delirious the first time that I read it, and it's deserving of the 4. This one is like forbidden love between America's first son and the Prince of England, and it is just like chef's kiss, like everything. Like, this book really made me just love so bad, and I'm so glad that when I read it the second time, I actually gave it the same rating, because I was scared that I was gonna hate it. Because I went on Goodreads. Goodreads is actually a trap. I went on Goodreads and I was looking at some reviews, and some people were like, "Oh my god, like the political part of this," because it has a lot of like political like nuances and a lot of like political stuff like in and out of the romance itself. And a lot of people were complaining that about a lot of inaccuracies and stuff. Me personally, I do not care. That's none of my business. That's not what I came here for. I came here for the romance, and that is exactly what I got. Okay, because I have my list right here. What's next? Legendborn and Bloodmarked I'm going to talk about as a whole, because those two books, oh my god. Like, again, shout out to Ivana for really prompting me to read that, because she's the reason that I actually had some decorum. I went to read it. But those books, oh my freaking god. Oh my freaking god. Like, the main character is black. There's like magic. There's like, it's a King Arthur, Merlin, and the Round Table like retelling as well, Legendborn and Bloodmarked, and it's so good. Tracy Deonn is a miracle worker. She is a phenomenal writer. Like, I was hooked from the beginning to the end. Like, I read both books in a span of I think the first book took me 5 hours. So Legendborn took me 5 hours and something, and then Bloodmarked took me 8 hours and something, just because like Bloodmarked was like significantly thicker than Legendborn. But I literally like read them back to back. They were just phenomenal. Like, it's so good. I ended up giving Legendborn a 4-star, and then Bloodmarked I gave a 4.2 star. And I'm waiting for, I think Oathbound is the third book. It's supposed to be out next year, which I'm like, oh my god. But it just gives me an opportunity to reread Legendborn and Bloodmarked again, which I'm really excited for. But like, the whole premise of it is just like, it's a coming of age, discovering one's power. There's love triangle. I love a good love triangle. Like, I literally, like, that's not obviously the reason why I read the book, was because like I was like, I need to broaden my horizon. Like, I need to start reading more books that have black main characters in them, which is why I was gravitated to. And I love fantasy. Anything with fantasy, magic, like, and type of system, I'm there. And Legendborn and Bloodmarked literally had like everything, plus the love triangle. And I'm just like, I still don't know who she's gonna end up with, like, at the end of the third book. And it just has me, oh my god. Like, that is a recommendation right there. Like, Legendborn and Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn, fantastic. Like, 8 slate and around. Anyways, next book. What haven't I talked about? Yes. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Holly Jackson, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. See, there's a lot of book talk hype about this book, and I think one of the reasons why I even wanted to read it was because I saw a reel on his, I don't have TikTok. I saw a reel on Instagram, and I was like, okay, you know how these editors will like edit the book and make it seem so like tantalizing? Yeah, so that's what happened, and I was like, oh my god, like, I got to like read this. But then I just realized, I read it and I gave it a 3. Like, it was really boring. Like I just, because it's supposed to be a what's it called, the main character, Pippa or Pip, she is doing a project for school, because apparently also there's 2 versions. There's the UK version and the US version. I read the US version. But she's doing an assignment for school, and basically she's uncovering like the murder of Andy Bell and the connection it has to Sal Singer, who was like accused of killing her. And then she like I don't, that what I was about to say was a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it. But anyways, that is, so the whole part of the book is her like through her project just trying to figure out who killed Andy Bell, and basically prove that Sal was innocent and somebody else killed Annie. That was like the whole premise of the book. And again, it was boring. Like, for some reason, like, Pip was getting all the answers. Like, everybody she interviewed and talked to was just volunteering her information. I'm like, this, like, I know it's fiction, but I'm just like, really? Like, really? Like, low? Like, let's... Also, I didn't like that, like, in the book. So, Pip's stepdad is Nigerian, and her mom is white. But I also didn't like that. It felt like Holly was just throwing that in there to like check off like diversity boxes, which makes no sense because the main character, like Sal, is Indian, and Ravi, the brother, also Indian. So I don't see why she had to throw that in there. Like, it just, that one really irked me from the beginning, because I said, y'all really do be playing with like black, like just be throwing black characters in there just to say, oh, I'm woke or I'm diverse. So that one really irked me. But the book was just, like, the plot was giving, like, I was reading Pretty Little Liars in a book, so I was just like, eh. I love Ravi, though. Ravi is, like, so cute. So cute. I think he's the reason why, like, the book just, I finished it. He's the reason why I finished it, because he is so funny. His romance with Pip, now that I think about it, was kind of stale. I did like, though, that he had like these cute little nicknames for her. So, but again, I just rated it a 3. It wasn't fantastic. Hold on. So, Blood Seon. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So if I'm not saying that right, whatever it is, whatever. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see. I was really dragging my leg reading this one. I think I give this book a 3.5 out of 5, because the beginning was a little slow. Like, I was like, I'm not understanding. But this one, also black main character, but she's Yoruba, which I'm like, yes, my people. My people are here. But it was so nice to read, because like I appreciated all the research that went into the ancestry of like Yoruba culture and my people, and like it was nice to be able to understand the Yoruba as well, because I speak and read Yoruba fluently. So it was really nice, and just the way she did the retelling of the, what is their names? Oh my god, I know what they're in Yoruba, but my brain, the Orishas, oh my god, my brain is not translating to English. The deities, the gods. Ah, Jesus, that was so hard. Yeah, the way she like did the retelling and like she just brought that into it was like, the author, phenomenal. I can't remember her name right now, but it'll come to me. Again, like I said, the beginning dragged, and again, this one is also like a coming of age sort of book, just in the sense that like the main character Sloane, she, like, in their world, the kids basically get conscripted when they turn, is it 14 or 15, and then she got called into being conscripted, and they had to go to the capital and train. And basically, like, they're hunting fellow Yorubas like her. So there was a lot of turmoil and like a dilemma just around her, like, as a Yoruba, knowing that she has to go and hunt and kill other Yorubas. And it was just like, it was so like, it wasn't even the violence, because there wasn't really that much, but the emotional distress and like that I could feel off Sloane was something that really like hooked me in, which is why like I really enjoyed reading it at the end. I think I might even bump my rating up a little bit to a 3.6 just because of that, like there we go, sorry, my phone almost died. Just because of that emotional like aspect of it all, and the betrayal, and I wasn't expecting romance, and I was pleasantly surprised that there was romance, even though I wasn't expecting, because I just thought this was gonna be like a badass girl like learning her powers from Shango and just like trying to fit in and stuff like that. There were like, what's it called, was there anybody that, there was one character that died that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but it's okay, I got over it. But yeah, and then like the rest of the book is just okay. I do want to say that it's not like, the plot is sort of the same in like any book that has like, oh, we're bringing in like Yoruba culture, Yoruba ancestry, Yoruba retelling. The plot is sort of the same, where like there's a girl, she can't show off her powers, her mother is dead, she has to go and fight in the capital, blah blah blah, and then she overthrows them. That's literally how like the plot like kind of goes in that sense. But this one I just really enjoyed. Just there was more mystery, there was more like emotional pull and pull, like it was intense. Like once I got past the beginning, it was just intense, like da 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 da. And in like it's just one of those YA books, because for me, like as an adult, it's really hard to get into YA books now, just because my brain is like, this is a child and they're making all these childish decisions and it's driving me insane. But this one I really enjoyed, and it didn't like irk me as much as I thought that it would irk me. Disturbing the Dead. Oh my god, Kelly Armstrong. I love Kelly Armstrong. I've been reading Kelly Armstrong since I was like young, since I was a kid, and I love her writing. Now, her writing can get a little stale and a little boring, which is how I felt when I was reading this one, because the Disturbing the Dead is the third book in the series. Rip Through Time and The Poisoner's Ring, those are the first two books, and then Disturbing the Dead was the third one. And you know, I was really holding out because, you know, I enjoyed the first two books a lot, but the third book disappointed me. I had to rate it a 3. I was so disappointed. The plot was like, the writing, I think the one thing that just really drove me crazy was because I had read 2 of other books, the third book, the writing just felt like the same. Like there was no change in the writing pace or writing style. So I was just bored. But then she brought that plot twist in, and I was like, oh my gosh, like girl, like I've been figuring out how the hell you were gonna do this. And she surprised me with the way she brought the plot twist in, which is why I was like, oh my god, this is great. But then after it went back to being boring. And then Duncan and Mallory, I freaking love Duncan so much. Like I would go to the ends of the earth for Duncan. Like literally. Anyways. Let me carry on. So I literally, it was just I was just so disappointed. The ending disappointed me because that was not where I thought it was gonna go. I wanted, she was like, she had been building up this tension and this romance between them, and then it just fell short in the third book. I was so disappointed. I was so sad. I texted Ivana because me and her were buddy reading it, and I was like, girl, like I'm so disappointed by the way she ended this. Like I'm so mad. Now, doesn't mean I'm not gonna keep reading Kelly Armstrong. She's one of my favorite authors. So forever gonna, I just think that I will be spacing out my reads when I read her, so then I don't feel like I'm bored and it's just like it's not giving. But the premise of Disturbing the Dead and like the 3 books as a whole is so fantastic. It's new. The plot, Mallory, she was a detective from Canada, and then she got pulled back in time into like Scotland, 1860 something, and she into the body, like that was, it was like there was like a, she got pulled back into time and then into the body of a 19-year-old like maid that works in Duncan's like family and stuff like that. So then she used her detective brain. Her and Duncan became besties because they were like solving murders and stuff like that. So over the span of the 3 books, it was 3 different murders and crimes that they had to solve, and like it was just the whole book is just, the plot of the book is phenomenal. Like the writing is good. I was so disappointed by the ending of Disturbing the Dead. It upset me, but it's okay. Anyways, we keep it pushing. Life is life, and I may or may not reread them again, but I'm gonna need like a long break. But yes, that is all 7 books that I read in the month of June. I'm really trying to be better and read between 11 and 15 books in the month of July, but we will see when that reading recap comes out. I've been in a slump. I think I've only read 1 book in July, which is kind of sad, but I'm gonna get on my Zoom. I'm really gonna get on my Zoom, and I'm going to, you know, be like, let me get it together. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming to these yap sessions and just like listening to me talk about my favorite things, which are books. You are awesome. If you want to follow me on Goodreads and you want to follow me on Storygraph, I'm going to put the link in the description so that I can see what you're reading and you can see what I'm reading, because I like to lurk sometimes at what some of my friends are reading on those 2 apps. So, teehee. I will see you guys in the next video.